Hey guys, okay, I'm just going to do a quick video. I just had one of my guys over at me talking about business. He's setting up an app, and I'm just really fucking fired up after talking about it. Basically, just it got me thinking about like how lucky we are to be in a fucking life and be in a society where we can literally create anything we want. You know, I talked about this in my Snapchat yesterday in the Q&A about somebody asking about a college degree and becoming the best in nutrition or whatever it is, and that we live in an age where we can literally become the fucking best at anything we want. We can literally do anything we want in life. You know, we are... This is luck, because people talk about luck going, oh, he got lucky because he's a nice car or a nice house or good job or whatever it is, and he got lucky. You know, that's not luck. You know, people that are doing well and people that are successful, that's from fucking work. You know, those people are grinding. You know, it's funny because the guy that came over, he was talking about, oh yeah, he goes, you got lucky with the video that you put up that went viral, and I was like, I got fucking lucky because I was posting fucking 3 videos a day and writing 2,000 fucking word blog posts and sending out email newsletters every day. I was like, something caught fire because I was putting shit out there. You put shit out into the fucking universe, something's going to come back on you, you know? That's not luck. What is fucking luck is we are in an age, in 2016, where we are literally a finger click away and a Google search away from knowing anything that we want. We are the only people in the last 20 years that have everything they need at a click of a fingertip. We are there. You are in a life now where you can consume all the information that you want and get the life that you want, because you're in an age where you can get a book off Amazon at a drop of a hat. You can download it onto a Kindle. You can get an audio version. You can watch YouTube videos on whatever the topic is. You know, the advice I was given to my mate who was going to set up this app business was, I was like, go consume all the information there is about apps. You know, at apps and supermarkets, that was his thing. I was like, no, fucking everything. I was like, you're in a life where you can go and get every fucking book that's ever been written about apps. You can follow people online that are doing that, people that have made millions from it. We forget that we are in that age when we can do that. We can follow those people who will support whatever life we want. You know, I talk about it regularly about, I'm a universe guy, that when you make a decision, the universe literally moves out of your way. You know, there's something really powerful that happens when you make a decision. I've talked about the reticular activation system in the brain in blog posts, where your brain is focused on whatever you make it focus on. Your reticular activation system is like your brain's filtering system. So for example, like if you buy a new car and you buy a new Toyota Corolla, all you can see on the roads is Toyota Corollas, because that's what your reticular activation system is focused on. Your brain is focused on that. It filters what it needs to know. You can control that. You can control everything you put into your head, because you are in a day and age where you have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have social media where you can follow your favorite people and literally download their ideas. You know, this is where the flip side comes of it, when you're following shit people online and putting garbage into your head, you know, reality TVs and things like that. You know, my head trainer Paul said to me yesterday, he goes, people nowadays, it was actually, I think, a quote from my friend Pat Divilly's page, where he was like, people can tell you everything about the lives of the Kardashians, but they don't know what their own mother or brother are going through. You know, there's the flip side of it. You know, on one hand, you can literally go online and follow anybody you want. If you want to be a fucking multimillionaire, you can read autobiographies and people that have done that and download their thoughts. You can follow them on social media. You can see what they do. You can go on Snapchat and see what they do daily in their life. Success leaves clues. You can literally see what they're doing, you know. But people, I'm not saying you or whoever it is that's watching this video, but people tend to not utilize that. You know, that reticular activation system, that I did in a blog post last week where I talked about how your brain will focus on whatever you make it focus on. If you don't program your mind will be programmed. If you're watching car crash TV and watching fucking garbage on TV, your mind and thoughts become garbage. Thoughts become things. What you put into your mind, thoughts influence actions. What you put into your mind is going to become the way you think. It's going to become the way you live. You know, the only difference, and I offered this advice to my friend, is the only difference between me as an example, your own best example, is I haven't turned on my TV in about 4 weeks. You know, I read 4 or 5 books, you know, every week. Every waking minute I have, I'm listening to a podcast or an audiobook that's going to support me on my vision and my journey. I'm not saying that to brag or be egotistical on it. I'm just saying that's how I live my life. All these things add up. You know, the compound effect, adding up all the inches. If you watch that Al Pacino speech from the Any Given Sunday movie, he's like, you know, all the inches add up. When you add up all the fucking inches, that's what makes the fucking difference. What you do in your spare time and what you do when you have free thoughts, that's what's going to determine where you go. If you're feeding your mind with ideas and feeding it with books or consuming information, watching YouTube clips, watching people online, following the right people on social media, that's what's going to form your thoughts. Your thoughts are going to influence your actions, and your actions are going to be what makes you decide what you get out of life. I talked with my head trainer Paul about this last night, about people. A really fucking simple trick you can do is your commute to work. I drive in and out to Connemara to my mum and dad every weekend with my little girl Holly, and every time when she falls asleep in the back, I plug in an audio book or I'm listening to an audio CD, because that's consuming my mind with information that's going to support me on something. It's going to draw up the dots. Sometimes all it takes is one idea. I always say, if you're reading something or listening to something or going to a seminar or watching a video, one thing, if you get one nugget of gold from that and you add up a fucking nugget every day, that's 365 fucking nuggets you have at the end of the year, which is going to support you in getting the life that you want. Otherwise, people are going out and they're listening to fucking Rihanna. Rihanna doesn't give a fuck about you. You listening to Rihanna on a fucking commute or listening to the radio every day, you're making Rihanna rich. You're giving her a better life. That's not supporting you. And I'm not saying don't listen to fucking Rihanna. I'm probably going to get fucking in trouble again now for mentioning Rihanna. But that goes for any media. Listening to the news, listening to people that are just on, singing and stuff on the radio. That's all well and good. And using that in moderation is fine. And when it's downtime, that's fine. But don't commute to work for an hour every single day. Listen to the radio, listen to the fucking news where they tell you the fucking worst. I haven't listened to the news or watched the news in 5 years, because it's all fucking shit. It's reticular activation in your brain. The news is focused on car crash fucking news drama and all the worst stuff, which is going to make your mind in a negative place. Cut that shit. That's an easy fucking change. Unless you're literally involved as a reporter or somebody that writes for papers, the fuck are you listening to the news for? That's not putting you in a positive place. Feed your mind with positive information. That's what's going to help you. When you're next time you're on a commute for an hour and you're listening to the radio, listening to fucking Rihanna or whoever it is on it, and you are not happy in your job, or you're not happy in your life, think about what you're putting into your fucking ears. You have a golden opportunity there. You're in the day and age where there's a CD player in nearly every car. You have an app on your phone that can listen to YouTube or listen to audiobooks or whatever it is that's going to support you getting the life that you want. You can have whatever the fuck you want in life. If you consume enough information about the person that you want to be, you will eventually become that person and live the life that you want. That is the only difference between the quote-unquote successful people, is a subjective term, but the quote-unquote successful people is what they're doing in their spare time. They're consuming information that's supporting their dream, that's supporting their reality, and getting them to where they want to be. That's the only difference. That's fucking luck. We are lucky. This generation, watching this fucking video, me being able to put this video out, that's fucking lucky. 20 years ago, you couldn't do that. I wouldn't be able to do this. You wouldn't be able to consume this information. We can today. That's fucking lucky. Having a nice house, having a big car, having a lot of money, having a good physique, having all these things, that's not luck. That's fucking work. That's people that have grinded and worked. But what you're consuming right now, that's lucky. Take advantage of it. We're the only fucking generation that could do it. You can have whatever you want out of life. You just need to consume enough information that supports that goal and just decide who you want to be. Make a decision on what you want to be, who you want to be, then how you're going to do it, and then consume as much information as possible that supports that dream. Okay, rant over. Bedtime.